Oh, out of focus. Hi friends! On today's episode, at 12 weeks out, we're going to be kind of going through all the changes that I've got made and what's going to be happening in the next few weeks. We are also going to, because I'm halfway through my prep now, kinda, like I started 11 weeks ago and I've got 11 weeks left, 12 weeks left, I don't know. We're going to be kind of looking at where we were at the beginning and all those measurements, as well as where we were when I actually started getting back into fitness about 6 or 7 weeks postpartum with Evie. So yeah, I'm going to go to gym and we're going to have a little glam time this afternoon doing some hair treatments, maybe a face mask, and we'll chat about it all then. See you soon. Bye. Hello everyone, I am back from gym. I've showered. It is actually early Saturday morning because it's 12:04 a.m. So I just want to give you an update because some stuff has just been changed. So I am now also doing the bikini, the theme wear, and now the swimwear category in A and B. That's the Townsville one, and it's going to be good. I'm excited because I might as well do them all. You know, I always come with a plan of what I'm going to say and then I'm just like, ooh, brain gets a bit fried. We've had a step increase, so I'm now doing 13,500 steps and a calorie decrease just because, you know, we're getting closer to the show. By the time this comes up, we'll be 11 weeks out. So that's exciting. Evie and Ben are both sick again. So it's been a pretty full-on week for me because Ben is too unwell himself to be able to look after Evie because she's very full-on when she's unwell because she still wants to play, but then she'll also be sooky and she'll, you know, just when you're feeling unwell, you just want to be comforted. So that's been a lot as well. But I joined a new gym, so I have 2 memberships now. I go to Genesis and Planet Fitness. Planet Fitness is different. It's like, it is very like beginner friendly, I feel, but it's pretty cool. I don't mind it, and especially because they've got like a tanning booth, like a spray tanning booth, and massage beds and stuff. So I have secretly just joined for that, but it's only $10 a week, so that works out well for me. Everyone is pretty much back at work next week, I think, or this week. And I'm hoping to go back to work next Monday, so that'll be good. Just to like get into a bit of a routine and stuff. But man, this week has gone so quick. I guess it's just being so full on all the time and then just training. Because I couldn't train very much last week apart from a few home workouts. So it's just been like, this is going to be my first full week in a little bit that I have been able to train because I had to take about 10 days off because I was unwell. And yeah. But food's been really, really well. Like, I'm still... I probably need to cut it out, but I am still fitting in, like, plenty of teas and chocolate and stuff like that. So it's really... I'm enjoying it. Like, I even had 2 mini Kit Kats today. Ben just saw me talking to myself and he's like, what's going on? Because Evie's asleep and he had a big nap, so he's not tired yet. And... yeah, like, I haven't gone to bed hungry. I've just had, like, a lot of cravings, especially for sugar. But I have also just come off my period, so that could also be it. I'm hoping. Because I usually don't get cravings for sweets, but it's more like I want pastries, like pecan Danish scrolls and stuff like that. But yeah. And we are moving in less than a month, so we're kind of planning all that out and everything, just like trying to work out how much rent we have left on this place. It's good because the next place we don't have to pay bond, but we've also got the quote for the cleaners and the moving truck, so it's going to cost us at most, we're hoping about $2,000 to move. But because we get the keys on the Friday and the moving truck doesn't get here till Monday, we're going to take all the smaller stuff ourselves, so they only have to take like the beds, the big TV, that kind of jazz. And yeah, So, and because it's only like 5 minutes away from where we are now, it should only take maybe, I'm hoping 2 hours, but we'll see. If it, I mean, we factored in for $700 for the moving truck, so that's a couple of hours at least, and we're getting 2 people to do it, so we don't have to lift any of the big stuff, because I'm already lifting all them weights at gym. And Ben's parents are going to look after Evie, so we don't have to stress too much about her getting into anything. So all we have to do here is sleep here. Yeah, because our beds won't be there, but Ben's going to take the Monday off for the moving people and stuff. And we're going to do the yard because it's terrible, because the grass doesn't grow, but there's weeds that cover the grass, and it's called black sweet pea or something like that, and it's really annoying because it'll look terrible, and we'll mow the grass, but all we're mowing is weeds, and even when we've spent hours pulling them all out, they'll just come back. And I think it's because the lot next door had heaps of them, and they've kind of spread to our front yard. But I don't really like the grass that we have anyway. It's like sharp, if that makes sense. It's like sharp blades. It's not like soft, luscious grass. It's like if you step on it, it feels like you're getting pricked heaps of times. So that's more annoying than not. But we're gonna start over the next few weekends, take a bit of time out of each weekend just to do a little bit. Like this weekend I sprayed weed killer. And then you're meant to leave it for 7 days before you pull out any of the weeds, so we'll see how that goes. But Ben's gonna mow if he's up to it tomorrow, otherwise I'll do it in the afternoon. It's just so hot. I got a posing lesson tomorrow. Sorry, I keep hitting my arm that's holding my phone. So I'm really excited for that. We kind of have a routine. It's just the entrance and getting a bit more confidence, because I can do it. I feel like I can do it in my runners pretty well. But as soon as I get my heels on, I get a bit scared, and I might actually be getting new shoes. We're just seeing how much they cost. Because the lady that's doing my Bikini Kelly at Coco Competition Theme Wear, or Coco Australia, she's got 2 websites, found them, and she's like, oh, these would be perfect. So she's gonna see how much they are, embellish them, and hopefully send them to me soon. Sooner rather than later. And another thing, I ordered so in WBFF, there's 2 rounds I'm doing, the bikini and the evening wear. I've ordered my evening wear gown, and it takes about 30 days to be made, and then it can take like 10 to 15 days to get here. So let's say it takes maximum time to be made, which is 35 days or something like that, plus 15 days to get here. That's 50 days, and then I would add another 10 days on just in case of all the, the stuff going on everywhere. That's like 60 days, so that's cutting it kind of close, because I don't know how many days out we are, but I think it's inside, yeah, it's like 77 or something. And then if I need to get it altered up here, because I just got whatever size I'm like close to at the minute, or like a little bit bigger than at the minute, because I still think I'll lose around my hips and stuff. Oh, I definitely hope I do. Anyway, and that brings me to today's topic. I'm so sorry how shaky my hand is, if this is even showing up on the video, because I don't know if I'm going to put it up or behind. So this first picture is actually about 7 to 8 weeks postpartum, and this is when I first started back with Josh. I hadn't done any training before this, just a little bit of walking, and this is probably around the time, because as soon as Evie was 6 weeks old, I was back at the gym just putting her in the crate just so I could have a bit of me time as well. So, because you have to wait until they're 6 years old for, them to have their needles and stuff. Which Evie's is behind on her needles because she's been sick. As you can see, like, quite thick in my hips and my stomach, but that's obviously had a baby, breastfeeding full time then, so my boobs are quite big. And yeah, just an overall soft look. And yeah. And then 12 weeks later, is when we started prep, which is this next photo. So as you can see, I was, by the stats on the screen, I was about 58 kilos, whereas just, the first picture, the 6 weeks postpartum, I was 64. Now to me, sorry, the picture's really far away, I don't know how to make it closer. To me, it looks like it's a lot different, like, I would assume it was a lot more than 6 kilos between the photos. Even centimeter wise, there's a huge difference, especially in my abdominals and my hips. So the hips I measure just like where my underwear sits, like across my hip bones, not my bum or anything like that. Now a lot of that is also, I started training, I started eating a bit better where I could. Sleep was still stuffed, but I held on to a lot of fluid even at the end of pregnancy, like the last few weeks. My legs and my ankles, it's called edema, where your body holds a lot more fluid than what it should. Yeah, so I think a lot of the way I look is that fluid gone. Especially, yeah, my hips, my thighs, my legs, all that good jazz. So that was the beginning of August when I first started my prep. And this is just a screenshot to show you kind of the way my weight has been traveling. The most recent one was actually today, I think, or maybe a few days ago. But that initial drop, so I was kind of stagnant for a few weeks, and I started recording, I think, a few weeks after that first picture. Yeah, middle of August. So that's when I kind of started going to the gym a little bit more regularly. But you can see it went little, and then it would have a spike, and then a huge drop. And I think that's when we did the first mini cut. But that is in no way just from training or anything like that. I would have lost a lot of, like, the baby, not the baby weight, but the baby mass. I don't know, it's not fat, because after you have a baby, you're not like, it's not just fat that you have, because, you know, your blood level, your blood volume doubles. You obviously got bigger boobs from milk. You're holding extra fluid in your uterus, and you can continue to bleed for months. Like, I was lucky I stopped bleeding at about 10 weeks. But then again, that big weight drop, I was having a lot of trouble eating. There was times where we were trying to push up my calories, 2,200. I struggle eating that much, and it's just because I'm not hungry. Like, a lot of the times I don't get hunger cues as much as what I feel like I should. Even now on my new calories that are just below 1,500, like, I get peckish between meals, but I could easily go to bed without another meal. And it's not like, oh, if I don't eat, I'm gonna be skinnier. It's nothing like that. It's just not hungry. And I hate feeling really full. Like, you know, that super full feeling where you feel sick and you're like, ugh, and you can't move. I can't stand it. But until, I think, October, I was having extreme blood loss anytime I went to the toilet for number 2. And I had to have a little explore surgery thing to try and find out what was going on and fix it. Fortunately, they had fixed it, because, like, I was going to need a blood transfusion otherwise. So I wasn't training as hard as what I could, but I think a lot of the weight drop is also from that. So it's kind of a mixture of everything. But see on the pictures, sometimes my weight will go down and then it'll go up again. And then it'll go down again, and then it might stay stagnant, and then it'll drop lower, way more. So it just goes to show that your weight, like, you won't lose weight, like, at the same rate. And I get frustrated, like, sometimes if my weight goes up, or if it just stays still for a while, and I know that's not, like, weight's not a good indicator of anything, apart from, like, how much gravity affects your body or whatever, something like that. But my highest weight, I think, while I was pregnant, from what I remember, was about 68. When I was pregnant, I started at 64. I got down to 58 because I was just so sick I couldn't eat or anything, and I think the highest I got was about 68, maybe 70. And these next lot of photos are actually from my check-in last Sunday. And yeah, ooh, my cat. As you can tell, there is quite a difference. I also was very bloated here from my period. It might not look that, but you can see yourself, and I'm definitely getting some more leg definition. I'm enjoying that. And yeah, so we're going to compare to just before I started prep. We're going to compare when I started prep, the week after I started prep to now. And as you can see, I tried to get the pictures the same size, and also I used a different date because the other pictures were just so far away and I couldn't make them bigger. As you can see, my legs, there's a bit of a difference, and in my front photo, definitely my stomach and my shoulders look more defined. I'm smaller overall, which actually makes me look more muscly and bigger. So like, if I look at the first one and then I look at the second one, my second one, I look bigger as in muscle wise, I look stronger. And if you noticed, in my first picture of where I started with prep, I was 58 kilos. Here, I'm 55 kilos. So that's only 3 kilo difference in 11 or 12 weeks. So it's not like I'm losing 10 kilos or anything like that. That's only 3 kilos. But I do feel like I have put on a lot of muscle. And for 3 kilos, it looks like my body has changed dramatically. To me, anyway. In the back photos, I've actually learnt how to flare my lats, I think it's called, pretty well. And yeah, fix that. Oh, it's annoying me now. I wasn't posing here properly because I was actually really sick this day, and I didn't black out a little, but I felt like I was gonna black out a bit, and that's just because my period was so heavy. I hadn't drunk any water or anything like that, and it's so hot and humid in Townsville, and I freaking did my check-in outside just because the lighting's better. But you can see my butt and those side bits where your butt meets your hamstring, but it's to the outside. I think people call them like saddlebags or something. That's where I always hold a lot of my weight, there, and my lower hips, and it looks a lot smaller. So I realized I didn't finish recording, or I didn't hit record, or something happened. Anyway, here's a clip of a little bit of my posing routine, and that will be the end of this vlog. So I'll see you guys next time when we are just the 11 week out vlog. Awesome, bye!